Welcome back, everybody, to the Full Streaks podcast. I am one of the hosts, CJ, and that is the other host, Drew. We're not accompanied by anybody today, but we will. We just have a couple of things that me and Drew would, Drew and I, proper English, would like to just touch on and just, talk about for a little bit. I know on the bracket today we have three things that we're gonna do. We have thoughts on competitive style controllers, so like Scuffs, Pro controllers, anything like that. We have a reminiscence about the past 3 years in Call of Duty, coming from MW19 all the way up to Vanguard. What we enjoyed, what we didn't enjoy, anything like that we're thinking about. We just want to bring to light, especially with MW2, 2.5 weeks away. What is it? 19 days. That is awesome.
28th, yeah,
and we're getting there. We are also going to be talking about the CDL teams. Everybody does it. We might as well jump on the bandwagon for this one, right? We enjoy certain teams. We think the rosters make sense on certain teams, and some teams are just absolute poo-poo. They should really think about rebranding or selling and just going away.
Something. Anything.
But yeah, but as of right now, we are probably going to go straight into controllers because there's a lot of controllers out there. Everybody knows certain names, right, Drew? Like, I can name off 3 companies and you'd know what they are.
Yeah, I
especially
mean,
for the
Scuff
Pro
is
controllers.
big. Battle Beavers are pretty big now. AIM controllers.
They're coming up.
Yeah, they're coming up. Evil controllers has been around. They've been doing modded controllers for a while, but they actually got really big in like the accessibility space, people with handicaps and things that they make controllers that are special for them, and that's pretty cool to see. It
is because you want a more diverse array of people that want to enjoy playing games, but they probably can't.
Absolutely.
So I have a couple of controllers here. I can actually reach over and grab another one. So we have all the systems except for Switch here. Because nobody's playing competitive on Switch. Not. Hold on. Sorry. Some people might be, because you got Splatoon, you got Smash Bros, stuff like that. But we don't have any of those Pro controllers to talk about.
Right.
I'm gonna start off with the old faithful, the OG DualShock 4, just regular controller.
Just a base PS4 controller?
Base PS4 controller. I think that if you're going to be playing certain games, this is a great controller to use. Yeah. I'm not talking FPS.
Like,
I'm talking
what?
Like fighting games. It's great because
That's
absolutely. Great. What? Let me finish.
Why would paddles not be better? There's no situation in which paddles are not better.
Okay, hear me out. In most fighting games, you're not using a controller like this. You start off with like this. You're using more of a fight pad. With this, you're not using this joystick at all.
Right.
You're using one joystick. So in all honesty, you can hold the controller differently for fight games than you would any other game.
I can see my point. That's a good point. I didn't think of it. I like it.
This is also good for games like personally, I play a lot of Rocket League. I don't use the paddles in Rocket League. I hold my controller like a stock controller, like anybody else, but I can't use the paddles if I'm playing Rocket League because I hold the controller different.
That's an insane way to hold your controller, just so you know.
Well, you got throttle and boost, and air roll, reverse. I play claw in Rocket League because it's just an
insane way to hold your controller. That is nuts.
It is. But I think that is a good controller to start with certain competitive games, not FPSs.
Okay.
That's just what I think.
Fair enough.
Show and tell?
Well, yeah, might as well. So I got to step up from that. I have the Astro C40 controller. 2 paddles on the back, trigger stops. All of this in the front here. The arrangement in which they're in, I can put the D-pad down here. I can swap it and make it be an Xbox controller style, or a PlayStation controller style, which it's in right now. I do change it up from time to time just to, I don't know, it feels a little different. But I really like it. You have two different profiles, switch back and forth. You remap them on a program. It's very simple. And everything that is able to be moved is also able to be replaced. So you start getting stick drift or anything, you can just buy a new module. They're like $20 on Astro's website, or you can go to Battle Beaver and pay like $20 and get upgraded ones that have higher tension. And I think that that's really neat. It's the start of building a controller that is future proof, to where you can just keep replacing parts and not have to replace the whole controller. And I really hope that we see more like this just improve.
Okay. Now, coming from an
Mm-hmm.
Xbox player in the past, do you like the PlayStation style thumbsticks in that position more than, let's say, like an Xbox controller placement?
Not necessarily. I'll just do it just to, I don't know, to mix it up. It really is just about changing my hand movement and feel. And it's really nothing more than that. I do like them both. I have no quarrels with either of them, but one is just, I don't know, different.
Okay. Next up on my list is something that every Xbox owner should have, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right? Especially since they have a new version out that's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
It's definitely the Xbox Elite controller. Version 2. Absolutely. The joysticks are nice. They have multiple tensions. They, it comes with a whole kit of different joysticks. These are the flat, like concave joysticks. You can put control freaks, but you don't have to. The trigger stop system on this is by far one of the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Not intuitive, but dynamic, I should say, because you don't have to have a full press. You don't have to have a half press, or you can just have it normal. It's 3 stages. The joysticks themselves, yeah, see, Drew even has one.
I also have one.
These are by far, like, if you're just getting into competitive games, yeah, these are a little heavy, especially with everything on it. A little fatigue worthy, especially if you're playing for like a long period of time.
Yeah.
But these are good to just pick up. You can buy a separate style paddle kit. I used to have Gears of War and Halo themed ones on my old version
cool.
1.
I didn't know they had that.
Yeah, it was super cool. Everything was different. But this, by far, if you're getting into Call of Duty and you're on Xbox One, Xbox One S, Series X, anything like that, pick one of these up. Like, you're gonna enjoy yourself, especially if you want to get more into the ranked playlists. Let's say not like a super competitive scene, but like a ranked playlist.
Yeah, you're not going to play GBs, but you're starting to dabble in competitive play and see what getting more competitive feels like. I did want to note a couple other things on this controller. You take these sticks off, they just pop right off. They're magnetic. You can see that little screw in there. You can tighten or loosen the tension on these and make them easier or harder to like press and move around. I believe that the more tension, the better. It allows you for more minute movements. Like you can aim and do very small minor adjustments better. We also learned on this controller that you can change the LED color. Just that's part of it. And
yes.
Like, I feel like that's something that most people didn't know before a week or two ago. I remember seeing something going around, but yeah, it's a little heavy. This is a big step up from the first Elite controller. Oh, yeah. And they just came out with them that don't have the entire kit with them, but you just get the controller and it's significantly cheaper. Like, you don't get the extra sticks. I don't use any of the extra stuff. I use the paddles they give me and I use the sticks that come on it. And for me, if I wanted a new one, I wouldn't buy a whole new one that has the whole kit and everything. I would buy the one. And if you were just starting out, I'd say the same thing. Go with a one that doesn't have a kit. You just start with this. And you can always buy the accessories. They do have those for sale. Same thing with this C40. They just but Astro finally restocked with refurbished ones. They're not new, But if Astro's refurbishing them, if there's one thing that Astro's known for, it's their quality. Their software performance, not so great. You know, it's not good.
Had a problem with it the other day.
Hardware's really good from Astro. They're really known for that. I'm really excited to use this controller for years to come. It's quite a bit lighter than the Elite 2, but I don't know. I like them both. I went from the Elite 2 to the C40, and I've been happy with it. I've been happy with both.
Okay. So, I know personally that Scuff Controller always had a big name. Everybody from BO2 up until probably 3 years ago were primarily using Scuff controllers, especially in the competitive scene. It was really the only controller that really had that, you know, that feel of, all right, it's built well. It feels nice. Like, I had no problems with Scuff up until last year.
So I think Scuff was the first major aftermarket controller, and I think that gave the illusion that they were well put. They were the first major aftermarket controller.
I don't think so. I think Evil was. Evil was for the modded community.
Well,
not the competitive.
Maybe. I heard about Scuff before I heard about Evil.
Okay. It was vice versa for me because I was also in the pro mod community and stuff like that.
Either way, they were both very early. And Scuff was very early. And I think that gives the illusion that they're more well made. I don't think so. I think I've had issues with all of them of something breaking or snapping or a paddle break. Like things that I would imagine that they would upgrade in the controllers if they're weak in the controllers themselves. Or if it's their own additions, say the paddles or whatever that break. I feel like you would get to a point where don't make this person buy more to have to fix their controller. But I guess that's what C40 is doing is they're that I really like is they're allowing you to, if something goes wrong, just a quick $20. It's not you having to buy another $180 controller, which is a lot of money.
Oh, it's an exuberant amount of money. And we'll get to something in a little bit that like really negates that. But I do want to show that I do have a Scuff impact, right? This controller treated me well from MW19 to, Cold War to now. This controller was my go-to because it's ergonomic. It feels good in your hands. It's not the standard PlayStation 4 controller where it's like super jetty long handles. The paddles on the back, I don't use the middle ones because I just don't find them necessary.
Yeah, I don't either.
But these, the clickiness, the absolute feel of them are spot on. The two major problems I had with this controller. I had this controller for probably a month. And the joysticks that came on it looked like someone ate it.
Well,
these did not last the test of time. It lasted probably, I don't know, again, two months into the life cycle of Cold War at the time.
Yeah, things were sweaty.
These things did not stand the test of time. No. I did happen to have a broken PS4 controller, and with the removable aspect of the joysticks, you take them out, pop these in, you're good to go. Whatever. It's not the same feel. It's not the same feel, especially with the anti-friction ring that this also doubles as. But it got the job done. You threw a control freak on here, you're good. You're good to go. This, it 2 years ago, it was worth it, but now it's not, especially after playing like other games with it. The triggers are mushy. Like the left trigger is nice and firm. The right one is super mushy.
Yeah, that's that sweaty trigger. Yeah, that's what they call that.
I had a problem. I don't know how it got fixed, but when I played Call of Duty, the left trigger itself would actuate without moving.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
that
it was great.
Seems like a great wiring issue.
Yeah, that's why on my next item that I just got today, I am very happy with how this came out. But you got another controller, Drew?
No, those are the only two I got. I don't.
What about mouse and keyboard?
That's not a controller.
It's a control input.
That's not what we said.
Okay, so we'll leave it out. All right.
I want to see your new controller. Show me this thing again, man. I saw it earlier. I watched you build it. This thing's fucking sick.
It's nice. Now, it's all plug and play. All right. No soldering. You're not putting anything into the controller that is going to disturb the controller itself. Sure. This is a PS5 controller. If you go on any website that sells a competitive ready controller with paddles, you're looking anywhere, if you send it in, 141 plus tax plus the controller, right? So you're looking at almost $200, right? In total
with shipping.
If you want to build one, it's almost $250. If you go to Scuff, they're $340. Like, there's no point, right? Battle Beaver is a little bit cheaper. I found this kit on Amazon. Okay, $44.99. It comes with everything you need, and it's non-solder equipment. Quite literally, it puts a back paddle system on your controller that is reprogrammable.
That's cool. That's so cool. You also got the rubber grips nice. Too.
I got the rubber grips, so this year when I go sweaty, I won't have to ruin my controller. But the way it feels, it's weird to say this, but OG 360 controllers, if you know what I'm talking about, had that like battery pack that you can put your fingers right here.
You get
it feels like that.
Feels
good. It feels good. I mean, it's bigger than the Scuff. But listen, when you take this apart and you're listening to your friends have a conversation for 20 minutes, right? And you're just zoning out and you're ribbon cables are just being put in. This is the easiest, cheapest way to do it, especially if you already have a controller.
I'm definitely doing it. When I get my next controller, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. This is something we should put the link to the kit. This is the version 3, so I don't need 4 buttons.
Okay.
Normally I only use 1, right? So I don't need 4 buttons. What am I gonna do it for? But they also have tactile switches for your trigger system and your bumper system. You got the system for your front buttons themselves.
Right.
They're all plug and play, no solder required, unless you want to do certain things like the joysticks or the touchpad. It's all optional.
Yeah.
I still have it was
That's really neat. I never heard of this stuff before he brought it up to me.
It is extreme rate, and it works on 2 revisions of the controller. The 020 and the 010. But it's so simple to do, guys. Like, just look it up.
They send you the tools. They send you the screwdriver you need and a little little plastic prior, so it's not gonna hurt your parts. You don't got to use metal and scratch up your plastic.
I put it all in here, right? Anti-static bags. You get the screwdriver. You get the pudger, everything. And quite literally, sitting here, had the camera turned this way. Built it in 20 minutes, tested it. What
is a pudger?
That's what it's called. It's
never in my 31 years of living on this planet have I ever in my life heard that be called that.
Okay, hold on. I don't want to be wrong on this situation.
It's okay. So, do you got any more controllers lying about? I know you got one, and I think you should show it off.
I do. Hold on.
Still got it around?
Yeah, too bad it's kind
basic.
Of janky.
It should be in
now.
A museum, is where it should be. This is the peak of gaming accessories.
This is my next project. If I can find all the necessary parts and or 3D print it, I will be restoring this OG 360 Scuff controller to factory new.
It's awesome.
If you couldn't tell, I have a black and white theme.
Panda.
I really enjoy the way they look. I used to have a white controller with black buttons also that was a 360, but I don't know where that went, right?
Fair enough.
This was the pinnacle of controllers, especially like back in Black Ops 2, Ghosts, before they switched to Xbox One, right? This thing still feels so good. Like, I think this is definitely my next project.
Yeah,
and
it should be.
White LEDs, like this was when everybody was like, "Oh, green LEDs, yuck! Let's switch them out for white or blue or red or hell, even a brighter green."
Yeah.
But I was also thinking about, instead of getting like the OG 360 end,
You gonna upgrade it?
I think I'm gonna splice and do a USB C.
USB A. Just have it wired. No. Don't have a plug-in. Just have it wired straight into the controller.
Now that's the thing. I can have it wired, but have it removable. So that way the cable never breaks and the port never breaks. That's what I'm thinking.
So I'm thinking if you don't have a port at all, it can't break and you just have a cable.
That's another thing.
I don't know. We'll have to weigh it out. We might weigh it out on another episode and see what we think is better.
We might. If we get enough views and people tell me what to do, I'll do what they say. How about that?
That sounds like a prostitute. Anyways.
I'm just so happy with this.
That thing. It came out really cool.
The programmable feature on this is super intuitive. It's just like if you remember the Scuff magnetic key.
I do.
Like you would place it on the back. It would basically go what button. You would hold down the button and the paddle,
right,
and then you just take it off. This one has a nice little. I gotta plug it in. I don't have a PS5. So when you plug it in, right? Of course, the controller itself will turn on.
Of course.
Of course. When you hold this down, a red light pops up, and then
there it is.
Any face button, any trigger, anything like that, you just hold down the paddle, hold the button. So you hold the button, hold the paddle, and it will blink.
It does. That's true. You hold it again.
You hold it again and it's programmed. That's it. Easy to go. If you lose your face buttons for some reason and you go, oh no, what am I gonna do?
It's easy as it can be.
But seriously, $44.
We'll put a link. We'll put a link for it down there. We don't get any money off of it. We're not sponsored or anything. We just think it's a really cool project or product, and it could be a cool next cool project.
Yeah. Project.
So we kind of wanted to go over the last 3 years of Call of Duty. I think we start with Modern Warfare 2019, and I want to know what you, Craig, enjoyed about Modern Warfare 2019. Because I have a feeling that one of the things you enjoyed, I despised.
In all honesty, if we're gonna go with hot takes right off the rip, Drew,
let's do it.
All right. I didn't mind that Dead Silence wasn't a perk.
Vagina.
Because now, after 3 years of thinking that,
think it
right, and playing the games. Certain game modes do need quiet footsteps. Other game modes don't. Dead Silence belongs in three game modes.
I think it belongs in all of them.
I don't think so.
All the time. Hardpoint, you can't flank. You're just going to get called out all the time. If you're playing against anybody that's actually using their microphone, you cannot make any maneuvers without always being known unless you crouch walk, and it's really just not fun. We're playing Modern Warfare 3 again because everybody's got Sit Rep Pro with no perks.
I'm sorry, but bring Sit Rep Pro back.
Give me Dead Silence. I'd even take Dead Silence as a perk and Sit Rep Pro, where you sound like you have normal footsteps. Normal footsteps, folks, are even less than what we currently have, because what we currently have are ridiculous. Okay?
Yeah,
normal footsteps should be quieter than that. I mean, I don't know. Modern Warfare 2019, I did not like that Dead Silence was a field upgrade. That was the first year that they did it to it. No, it's not. Advanced Warfare had no Dead Silence. They had it as an EXO
ability
perk or whatever your EXO ability. I didn't like it. I like being able to run around. I like being able to make plays. That just makes the game more fun for me. I think that having no Dead Silence encourages a lot more sitting and listening. Yeah. Because in today's age, everybody has a headset. 80% of them, I'd say, are noise canceling. So that's all you're doing is just listening and sound whoring, and that's just. I think it is a recipe for more campers and less people just moving and just waiting. and the games play worse, and it's not fun. And most people I've seen agree.
Now, hot take number 2, I think headsets destroyed everything.
I think that it changed everything. I don't think it is in a negative way, because it allowed us to play our games without bothering anybody else.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But when it got into, like, I remember Tritons. Okay,
yeah, I remember them too. Sucked.
No, I remember having a really good pair.
Hated them.
And they lasted so long. Anyway, when people started gravitating to listening to footsteps,
mm-hmm.
and the game requiring a headset to play at optimal levels,
yeah,
that destroyed it. Let's
be honest.
Why
they required?
Why?
They're trying to build a multiplayer experience with people. They require it because they don't care that if you go get a Triton or an Astro or one of the top name brands, you could have went and got Microsoft's little dinky damn phone caller one. You know what I'm talking about?
I had the wireless one, so no. I had the one that just sat in your ear like a
there
little
was
Bluetooth.
No second ear cup. It was just one ear, and
it was just communication. That's all it was.
That's all what they were
really
trying to build was communication, I think.
But all in one is a good idea. I'm not faulting them. I'm just saying, like, if you decided instead to just keep it with like a lot of people have been using earbuds instead. Like, you don't need a good headset. You need a good mix amp. You need a good mix amp. You don't need a good headset.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
and I mean, there's digital mix amps out there.
There is, but at the same time, you don't have the same. You don't have the same, like.
You definitely don't get the same features. You don't have the split audio and things, but I don't know. I think that you could get away today playing with earbuds. I don't.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
you don't need to go buy a $200-$300 headset.
Especially if you have like a condenser mic like this.
I like it though. I like having mics. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not saying.
Well, you're saying that they ruined
the way they were introduced.
Maybe
the way they were introduced was not the proper way of doing it.
Maybe
you didn't see much people use it at like OG Halo events. You saw something like just a normal headset to talk.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
That's what I'm saying.
They definitely made it so that developers thought about audio more, for sure.
Yes.
They made it to where they were forced to enhance audio, which I think gives us a better experience overall.
Yeah, I do. I agree. Yeah.
Because I mean, we got just the changing from going from an outside area to an inside area. That's a technological advancement. We didn't have that back in the day. Like, you didn't get to hear the echo, walking on grass, walking on glass, walking on metal, walking on water, just all kind of stuff. And like, we didn't, sometimes back in the day when we were youngins, they all sounded the same. Every material you walked on sounded the same, and
sounded like you were stepping on styrofoam.
Yeah. And it's now you got different textures, and you can tell when you're in snow. It's really cool.
But now you can actually play like Call of Duty at a tactical level, because you could be sitting like watching a bomb site, right? You could look over and you could hear someone crunch grass and then walk on wood and be like, okay, he just entered the house, let me turn. Right? That's I can see where that's a good thing, but I can also see where it's a bad thing, because then the people who don't have headsets,
sure,
or anything like that, like an Xbox, they have their own integrated sound system.
Mm-hmm.
You can use a mix amp, but if you're using the controller and you got to plug it into the port,
right,
you don't have much control.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
It's whatever. Another thing, like getting back onto the Modern Warfare 2 topic instead of the headset topic. Not Modern Warfare 2, 19, not out yet.
I knew it.
Sorry. Yeah, but the viewers don't. Come on.
Of course they do.
Oh, of course. Another thing that I really did enjoy was this first year that players that swapped over to PC got to experience a full FOV scaling aspect of the game.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad it didn't like bunk the game to where they removed it. Console players are getting it. It's just you don't think it improves the game. It improves
Everything.
the feel.
All of it.
Yeah,
it feels smoother. You feel like you're more immersed. This Modern Warfare 19 was the first year that PC players got a full experience. I think that was the first of the PC CODs that, like, because more people were just getting PCs, and even though consoles still outnumber PCs, it's the first time that we got a full game. I mean, I know that they don't ever release full games anymore, but a full experience for PC, and I liked it. It was my first PC COD, and
mine too.
I was in.
I was hooked from the beta.
Favorite Modern Warfare 19 gun?
I got 2.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Do you want like 1 and 2, or do you not care?
Dealer's choice.
Okay, my number 1 was always the MP5.
I knew that.
Everyone ran it. Like, if you're a little cracked out monkey like me, dude, and you're just running all over the place, you're gonna be using the MP5. You're gonna be just turning a corner. My second favorite gun is a sidearm.
Oh, the Deeg.
Yeah. The Deeg, bro. I remember when we were playing one day, and like all I heard was Matt going to me, "Oh God, CJ, you're a fucking asshole," because I turned on a kid and just popped them right in the head in search. Like, the best feeling is a 1 Deeg. You can't tell me if you never watched like CS:GO, you've never seen somebody go boop and
just one tapping somebody is so satisfying.
It's satisfying.
It does scratch the brain the right way.
So let me ask you, what was your worst gun?
Worst gun. I think my worst gun was a gun that a lot of people like. The Uzi. I hated that thing. I had a bad time. I didn't like the iron sights. None of it. It didn't do nothing for me at all. The Uzi, I hated it.
Okay.
I don't think, I mean, because I didn't go for camos in that game. I wish I did. The Damascus looks dope. There's no way around it. It looks awesome. But I couldn't force myself to do it. I did it later in Cold War. We'll get to that. But there weren't a lot of bad guns.
No.
There was just so many guns. There was a lot of guns to do the camos. I'm not complaining that we got a bunch of guns. I'm super happy about that. But to do camos and all, it was so much, and I just couldn't do it.
What if we instead go from lots of guns, little maps, to lots of maps, little guns, and they just, like how Shay said the first time, they're just released throughout the year?
Yeah, I'd be happy with less guns. And that sounds weird, and I know a lot of people are like, where are all our guns? Guys, be real with yourself. You're using 2 different guns, and that's it. So let them give us 15 really good weapons overall, be it between sidearms or secondaries and primaries. Give us 15 really good guns, all that can be interchangeable and all viable and all meta. Okay. So that, and I'd rather that and have good maps that, see, good maps is subjectable. Everybody's got their own idea of a good map. I personally like 3-lane maps. I like the maps that play slower. I don't gotta bust. I don't like having to bust through doors. I still don't like that we have that. But I'm also a slower player. I mean, some have even said that I camp, and I don't know if I fully agree with that. But
you're tactically watching the objective. There's a difference.
This is my area. You come in my area, you're gonna have bad. That's all I'm saying. Just bad time. Stay away from my area, and we're cool.
All right. Now, since we got onto the topic of maps,
I'm a map.
What was your least and favorite map of 2019?
Least favorite, definitely Shipment.
Hold on. Bring it back.
Nope.
Standard maps. Standard maps that were released, not throughout the season. Just the original, like, 4 maps that we got. Which ones did you hate?
We ain't barely any maps. I liked the cave.
Okay.
I liked Hackney. I liked Gunrunner. I don't know that there was a map that I really disliked. I'm trying to remember all of them.
Well, I mean, if you're talking search, you had
what else?
You had Hackney Yard.
Yep.
We
had Arkloff Peak, which was a big one, and I liked that one.
I didn't care for it.
I dropped, I think, 31 on search on that one.
Yeah, but you also dropped 30 fucking kills on fucking Bow Cage, but we're not going to talk about that till later.
That was a silly
big man
game,
likes big maps. What you mean?
It was a silly game.
Fucking.
What were the other maps? Walk them through with me, because I know that there was some I didn't care for.
Yeah, no, there was a few. Let me pull up the list really quick.
Crash. I hate it. I've always hated it. All of y'all. COD 4, get it out of here. Modern Warfare 2, get it out of here. Whatever that game was, Modern Warfare 19, get it out of here. Do not give me it in Modern Warfare 2. I don't want nothing to do with it at all.
Hold up. Bring it back.
Crash.
Bring it back really
the
quick.
Worst.
Bring it. It was season 1. I'm talking OG on this map.
The worst.
All right, we had St. Petrograd. We had Shoot House, Ramaza, Piccadilly, Hackney Yard, Gunrunner.
Hold on. Ramaza.
It's the
one
where
I
everyone...
like that one. It's got the truck. Yeah.
We don't talk about the bridge because nobody played it.
That was awful. Holy shit. That big ass map. That was so awful. I remember that.
And Arkloff Peak.
Horrible.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Shoot House out all of them. I didn't care for Shoot House that much.
Yeah, I didn't either because everyone would just jump on the tables and like try to snipe. Like, oh my god, I'm in phase.
Yeah, every time one side's down 2 guys because everybody's sniping.
Okay, so you are very, very vocal about Crash.
Crash is the worst map from the Modern Warfare series.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to go with the map I hated playing the most was Piccadilly. Like it was so until people found like good spots, like sniper spots and like good angles to watch certain stuff, it was so boring to play. You would just run to the buses and everybody would be staring at each other and rockets would be flying and
we did have mad rockets. I rocketed the top of that store so many times. So many times.
But you know, in all honesty, I think based on how I played that year. We had some okay ones. Based on the way I played, Hackney Yard was my favorite. Because again, Hackney I could be a little crackhead monkey and get to the other side before they even get out of their spawn. Yeah. Like that was my favorite map because it like, yeah, you had a lot of corners, you had ups and downs, you had people sitting on top of the boxes and waiting for you and head glitches. But once you understood you played that map 3 times, you knew how to like just play the map. Right. It's a good 3-lane map.
Yeah, it was a solid map. I think it's up there. It's probably top 3 or 4 for me on that.
All right, I'm not going to go through all the seasons.
That's fine. I'm more than okay with that. I think we head on over to Cold War personally, unless you had another thing about Modern Warfare.
Yeah, all the night maps were dog shit. I don't know why they added those in.
Me and Matt did them in a quick scoping, and it was kind of cool. After like even with the night vision, like it was cool. But then I'm like, let's take the night vision off, and it was dark as fuck, super dark. Couldn't see nothing except the lasers off of each other's gun. It was cool, but only for that. Playing in that shit, it was awful. It was a bad idea, horrible. And I don't think it went over very well. No, it really didn't. But anyway, all right, let's go. Let's hop on over to Cold War. Yeah, absolutely. We'll start it. Worst gun. What was your worst gun in Cold War?
The XM4.
Really?
Yeah, I really did not get to use it that much. Everyone said it was the best gun, but no,
Justin loves that thing, dude.
I hate it so much. It just not my forte. Yeah, I mean, I'll do Craig for me too because I am Craig.
Yes. Were you not? You were AK man, little AK, mini AK.
No, not all the time. No,
No.
No. Mm-mm. Different subset of guns. Come on, Drew. You know what I use most of the time. Come
I know
on.
what you use. What was your worst one though? The XM4? That's the worst?
That is the worst one.
The
worst one. My best one is kind of shocking. Because I was looking at my stats the other day.
Yeah, you like the burst sub, which, I mean, do you?
Dude,
it ain't for me.
I love the AUG, the M16.
Yeah, all the burst stuff
KSP.
you like.
They were so... I don't even want to get started on MW2, but they were so good in Cold War. First subset that I got diamond in that game.
Yeah.
That's all I did. I got a diamond, never touched it. Never did anything else. I went into zombies.
Dark matter.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to go through that struggle like you did because I saw you lost your hair. Oh, wait, it's growing back. Never mind.
Oh.
Sorry.
Trying to think of my favorite gun. I think my favorite gun might have been the sniper. The L96.
Which one? Okay.
The LW1 or whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. The L96 modeled one.
Yeah, it's the LW3.
Yeah, that one. That's the one. The LC7 was a good sub. That's, I think, should be up there. But the AK-74U was my sub of choice.
If I had to go with like regular fired subs,
did I say LC7? It's LC10.
Yeah,
it's LC10.
It's the LC10. If I had to go with any of the actual fully automatic subs,
yeah,
it's the Milano for me.
A lot of people liked it, and I didn't do it for me. The Mac 10 was silly.
I've never used it.
It was so fast. That thing would melt somebody. But yeah, you got to be able to control it.
The nail gun seems fun.
It was cool.
So, all right, give me your... We all know that we play Search. We all know that's our go-to game mode.
I do like it a lot.
You definitely do. If you had to grind camos...
Yeah.
What game mode would you be playing?
So, I'm going to not go with the obvious answer of Shipment, 24/7 Shipment, or Nuketown, or one of the Shoot House, or one of the maps they give us that they know people are going to use that to grind for. I'm going to go with... I don't want to say Hardpoint. I like Hardpoint a lot. I don't think it's the best. I don't want to say Dom.
Okay. But what else would there be for Respawn in that regard? Demolition?
Demolition.
Isn't that just Sabotage Light?
No, Demolition had... Well, I don't know. I don't really remember Sabotage. Demolition,
Sabotage was search and destroy with the whole team having bombs
on a specific side. Whereas Hardpoint, you can swap spawns and change spawns. And Demolition, just like in Dom, you have set spawn sides. Right? Well, Dom, it changes by the flag you have, but you know where they're going to spawn. So you know where you need to
It's one
watch.
bomb site where you have to... Each team has to try to plant.
And you have to blow up both. You blow up one and you get more time. And then you have
to
blow
Sabotage. Okay, that makes sense.
But there's no like life limit or anything like that.
Sabotage never had a life limit. You can make no time limit, no life limit. You just kept going. It was nutty.
I don't remember Sabotage. I may have never played it, or if I did, it was only once or twice. Anyway,
okay.
They had Sabotage had it like headquarters, right? Where if you died and you like had,
and the bomb was planted, you couldn't respawn. Yeah.
Right. Yes. Okay, that was the difference. Okay, I
was just gonna bring up headquarters. Headquarters
was cool. I don't know. It was never one of my favorite game modes. I really, really, really liked Uplink. I think it was the most fun, like, objective mode other than Search. In my opinion.
I just don't think that it is a viable game mode
for boots on the ground. I know.
For boots on the ground, I feel like if you're going to have a game mode like that, just bring back Blitz.
Blitz is the answer.
Blitz is the answer.
You can give us CTF, and I'm not going to be mad, and that's most likely what we're going to see. But Blitz was, I don't remember anybody complaining about Blitz. Where did it go? It's gone. It's out of here. And I don't know why.
Why?
Yeah, why? We liked it. It was cool. It was cool to watch. Like you're trying to see who can get to this point the fastest. That's all.
And how many times you can do it.
And if you can just chain them together, oh my God. I've watched some pretty silly plays.
All right, so we touched on guns. We touched on
maps,
game modes. We didn't touch on maps yet for Cold War.
Oh, not for Cold War,
no.
No. Here it is. It's time. Maps.
Well, it's the maps time. What maps did we have?
Miami Strike is the worst map.
Miami itself is the worst map.
Yeah, both of them are not great, but Miami Strike, the daytime one, and they like partitioned part of the map. I did not like any of that.
No, it did not work out.
Even though they
well.
made it daytime, I think if you gave us like a regular daytime, just the regular Miami, it's better where you can go out on the beach and the boardwalk and all that. I think that's a better one.
I think personally, like we actually played it the other day. We played Miami Strike yesterday, and it plays well for certain guns. It does not play well for... I just don't like the map.
I don't like the design. I think it's still...
What if they made it longer?
What if they just didn't take away the things that we had on Miami?
That's true.
And just made it daytime.
Yeah, nobody liked Miami because there was, you know,
so much shit. It was so hard to see people. And then you pricks that would just sit up in that hotel room. You know who you are. It was not okay.
It was not okay. Especially the people that would sit on Nuketown.
Yeah. Those guys.
I fucking hate Nuketown.
Those guys.
You are. Our house.
That's right.
In the middle of our house.
Yep. It was our house. Don't come in our house.
It was our house. Get the fuck out of here.
Hardpoint on Nuketown is nice. It's chaotic. It's chaotic. But being able to get people out of those houses and get them to move around, I think is pretty fun.
Yeah, I did find that if you played a certain game mode, it was better. But you just had everybody either behind the car head glitch, in the box head glitch, in the upstairs head. There's too many head glitches.
Yep.
In the garage head glitch.
God, dude, laying down behind the door that could see down the alley.
Oh my God,
it was too much, guys. We've had it too many times. I'm over it. I'm over it personally. I hate it. Like, you're over firing range. I know you said you didn't care for it. I'm over Nuketown. It's only good for camos and spawn trapping. And like, it's not, I don't know. I like to use my brain a little more. That's why I like search. Nuketown search is the most brain dead search there is. It's just people throwing themselves at each other.
All right. So these are the maps that we got. We only had 6 maps.
That's a big oof from the doctor.
And most of them were 12v12, 6v6 maps. Yeah. We had Armada, Cartel, Checkmate, Crossroads, Garrison.
Dude. The bushes. the bush cookies were everywhere, bro. Golly, the bushes.
Moscow and Satellite.
Moscow was one of the maps that did it for me. I liked Moscow.
It was okay. It was a good little 3-lane map that you had to watch everything.
Yeah, it was a good map.
Armada 6v6 was...
It's too big for 6v6. If it's 6v6, take away the ends of each side of the boat.
Yes.
Take that away, and then we can have 6v6.
I forgot
Crossroads, the snow map. That was a good one.
What was a 6v6?
Yeah, that was a good one. I liked that one a lot.
Oh Jesus!
Not the whole, like when we played VIP Escort and it was like the entirety of Crossroads. That was absurd. But like the regular size one for search was good.
Okay, so out of those 6 maps, give me your top 2.
Crossroads, Moscow.
Okay, it's not bad.
I did not like Cartel. I didn't like the bushes. They bothered me. I don't know. They scratched my brain wrong.
But what if you controlled the bush? What if you were the bush?
I didn't like being a bush.
Okay, that's no problem. Okay. See, in my opinion, Satellite in Moscow.
I didn't hate Satellite. It's just we never had teammates that would keep the Satellite or help the people that were keeping the Satellite. Everybody sniped on that map because you could go be a fucking dune guy and just sit in the dunes and just whatever, snipe or get out the Krig that had no recoil, and it's just silly. The dunes were crazy. It was such a PowerPoint. You could just control everything from up there, and we never did it. And I'm guilty of it.
I tried.
I was sniping because everybody was sniping. I'm trying to go snipe with other people, but I know you did, and you just had no backup. I know. I was there.
Never.
I know.
Like, once in a while, you'd shoot somebody and not kill them.
Calling out, why aren't we getting the middle? And I'm just not helping with it at all.
You're in the back left,
over in the dude
down.
sniping. we need the middle, guys. I'm not there at all.
All right, so that was MW19
and Cold War.
Now we're gonna get into the least played Call of Duty in second least most played Call of Duty in my life.
Number one had to be Infinite Warfare.
Yeah. I didn't play Infinite Warfare. I played.
You missed out, buddy.
That was
the best year Call of Duty of my life. Between playing it and getting to go to the tournaments at the season ends and watching Optic win, and it was fucking dope. It was really fun. It was an awesome experience that I'm glad I got to do. So that whole year was good for me. Whether it was playing the game or watching it or whatever, it was a good year for me.
I couldn't, I played 2 years of Jetpack COD. 2 years, or was it 3?
They had the best zombies.
AW.
You can freeze and paw whatever that's fine, dude. Whatever. They had the best zombies. They were themed.
Is it because of fucking David Hasselhoff?
It was 80s and then it was 90. They did them in decades, and they did a really good job with them. There was so many Easter eggs and little things to do. It was really neat, and I won't hear any blasphemy on it.
Okay, we played 4 Jetpack Call of Duties.
3. AW, BO3, and IW.
Okay, so it was 3 because then they went to World War II, right?
That's accurate. Yeah.
Yeah. They had to have.
I think
unless we're missing a Call of Duty. Here nor there.
Yeah.
I never got to experience the original Black Ops.
The first one?
Yeah, never.
That's the game I started on.
And I swear to God, I played probably 20 minutes of IW.
It was the best. The thing they did the worst was the variants. There was so many.
Wasn't there one that you shoot someone in the nuts and it's a headshot?
I think so, yeah. But it's just, I don't know. It was a cool concept. I think no, I don't really like how AW did it. I don't know. I'll take variants of the style of gun. Don't change the attributes. Just make it all cosmetic. I'll take variants that way. Mm-hmm. But that's like what we got now. But don't make it have more fire rate or hit harder or have more accuracy. Don't do that. That's silly.
You remember the Obsidian Steed?
I do very well. Do you remember all the royalty guns? Some of them had extra on top of the nonsense.
Well, the only gun I ever used was the Obsidian Steed.
Yeah, it was silly.
It was a 2-shot at any different.
Super light in AW. Yeah, you're talking about AW. We had a super light ARX. Okay. And I played hardcore. Me and Dave played hardcore all year long. And that thing, it gave you faster fire rate. You basically one-shot everybody. There was maybe 2 out of 10 times you're not one-shotting somebody. And at that faster fire rate it made up for that because you got -1 damage, but it was still enough, and it was a lot. But we're talking about Vanguard.
We are now talking about Vanguard. So, with the downfall of Vanguard happening on October 28th, nobody's going to be touching that game. And if they do, they got to screw loose. Nobody should be. It should be a crime after this point. I'm sorry, Sledgehammer. This game was not it. It was not good. If somebody asked me to play this game, I would rightfully load up World War II and play that. and
I'd
have
rather,
a good time.
World War II was the better World War II game.
Yeah, it was. So, with that being said, it's slim pickings when it comes to weapons.
Yeah.
Everything felt almost identical.
Automaton, or do you want your STG?
Yeah. Or do you want your Cooper carbine after that was released? But we're talking about base guns. We're talking about.
Or do you want PPSH in your face?
Yeah. See, I'm okay. We're gonna talk real quick. They ruined my boy.
They didn't. That's still the greatest gun on that game. I don't want to hear whatever bullshit you're about to spew. I think you should revise it first, because it is the best sub.
I'm sorry, it's not the Tommy gun is. Anyway.
Yeah, right.
I'll take you on any day, PPSH versus Tommy gun. I'll reinstall the game. We can do it. We can make this like a bout.
We can do it. I'm not afraid.
No, I'm not afraid either.
I'm afraid.
Anyway, it just felt like there was like you got punished for using a gun out of meta, especially in Warzone.
It wasn't balanced enough.
No.
Yeah.
Like you wanted to use the bar.
Warzone's its own nonsense.
Entity.
I don't like Warzone. I
hope that changes with Warzone 2.
I believe that I like battle royales, but the evidence shows that I might not.
Otherwise.
And of them, Warzone's down on the list. Blackout, I really liked. The ability to get your loadout, I think, really kills it for me. So not everybody should have. There shouldn't be a meta loadout to begin with. But no, you shouldn't be able to just go get it multiple times a game, for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should be able to get it at all. I think everything you should be picking up from the ground. That's just my preference and how I look at it. I think Blackout was the superior game.
If they decide to do loadouts again, which it seems like they will, limit it. Give like you
Once
die.
A game.
You die, you pull a clayster, you break your legs, you fall off the map, you only get it once. That's it.
Yeah.
So with that being said, let's talk your favorite weapon. Your favorite weapon to start with that you would go to if you just decided one day, you know what, I want to revisit. I know this was my favorite gun. This is what I did well with. Which one?
It's a class. I didn't use one without the other ever. And it was the Car 98. I loved sniping in this game.
Yeah, me too.
And the Papash. It was the greatest sub. I won't hear otherwise. It's the best. You get the recoil booster and get it to spit out rounds. Buddy, that thing ate up people. Or the automaton with 1,000,000 rounds. And that stupid perk that allowed you to see people through walls while you were hitting them. That was absurd. Absurd. That's ridiculous.
Oh my god. All right. Yeah. Those two kind of do go hand in hand, especially since they did sniping pretty well in this game. It wasn't like Cold War or Modern Warfare 2019 where the attributes really mattered. Yeah. You know what I mean? It felt nice. It felt like you could really quick scope. I know I have a couple of clips on my TikTok linked down below with me sniping, and it scratched that part of my brain, bro. It felt good. But I couldn't go anywhere in this game. Like if I wasn't sniping, I was using the automaton.
The automaton.
This thing, when I first unlocked it, I thought it was so stupid. And guess what? I was right.
It's dumb.
It is a PPSH as a full-on rifle. Okay,
it's good. Thing beams.
People were screaming at me, bro, in pub games for beaming them off a heady from halfway across castle.
This is silly. Gun.
It was stupid, but that was the only fun thing about this game, being able to just run, stop, shoot with that, and not worry about an STG outgunning you with a better barrel. Anyway, we're fuck the STG. That thing sucked. Everybody used it because they only had a crutch.
That's right. I made a TikTok. I made it the meta. I did my only meta class I ever made, and it was the primary was the STG, the secondary was the STG, Your perks were the SDG, the SDG, and the SDG. That gun was everywhere for the first season of that game, and it was just
it was
hard to beat.
So
it was
broken.
the best. It was the greatest, and I don't think we should have that. Just give us something to compete. At least one other gun, maybe two.
Yes,
that just compete
in the same category. Just give us 2 ARs that pros or even us don't have to focus on the M4, the STG,
only the M4 all year. There are
Craig.
people that used only the M4 all of Modern Warfare 2019. Like,
I don't even have that thing gold.
I do. I liked that gun a lot. It was good. It was probably one of my favorites, and I did get that gold.
All right. Here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Least underrated gun in Vanguard.
Least underrated?
Like the one that people really underrated the most.
So they slept on.
Yeah. They be taking a snooze on that gun.
Don't
even say the psh.
No.
That's a great gun.
It is. It's really good. Damn, I'm trying to remember.
Is it an AR?
G43. You could get that
full
auto.
Like a Gewehr?
Yeah. You could get the full auto barrel on it. That thing was awesome.
It was so stupid.
It was really fun. I don't like 2 people used it that I saw.
I may have been one of them.
It was really fun.
Okay. I think personally, because everyone thought it looked so fucking stupid, it was the Owen gun.
The Owen gun was good. I think it definitely got slept on too much. I agree.
Like every time, like, oh, Craig, you're going Owen. You got to pull out the gun.
Yeah.
But I think, like, once you got some...
Thing.
It was.
Once I go 0-3, it's time to bring out the Owen gun.
It was, once you got attachments on it, it was pretty good. It
wasn't bad.
Like, that stick that was blocking half your screen disappeared.
Yes.
Oh, it was a different world.
Really
the iron sights were pretty good.
It's a different gun when you get that stick out of your face.
Now let's talk about the Type 11 really quick with the left-hand sights where you had to like...
I didn't like that either.
That was the stupidest thing you could ever do.
That was awful. Yeah, it was really bad.
But, all right. I mean...
Vanguard, I'm so ready to put it... It's already in my rearview mirror. I'm glad that... I can't wait for Modern Warfare 2, man.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this year.
So with all that being said, guys, we went over controllers and recollection of the last 3 years of Call of Duty. It has been major ups, major downs in the Call of Duty verse, but one thing's for sure, get yourself a PS5 controller and buy this damn kit.
It's a pretty cool kit. Both of us have had many controllers through the years. If y'all have any questions on controllers, feel free to ask. I'll definitely give you some insight on the controllers that I've owned. And see, I know CJ's had a few too. We can definitely shed some insight, or if y'all want to see more in-depth videos about the controllers, we can definitely do something like that. Something else that we wanted to do is we do have an email. If you got a clip you want us to look at and check out, send it to the email. The link will be down low. We like doing that kind of stuff. Like, I think it would be cool. Don't be worried about it. We're not going to be here and shitting on you. Like, if you think it's cool, we're going to try to find the cool thing in it that you think is cool, you know?
Absolutely.
And
why I don't know why people punch down when you can just punch people up and just make them feel good about their own shit, right?
I mean, that's what we need. So that's the kind of thing we're going to do. And I think
I would like to see more. Oops, sorry, I cut you off.
You're good, man. It's okay.
I would love to see like the first week of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I want to see what you guys are running for your classes, what maps you're enjoying, your sick quad feeds.
Yeah.
You're using.
We know you're going to get them.
If you're running shotguns and you're just having a blast, send them in, bro. We want to have a good time with you.
Fun fact, we call the shotgun the Morty around here.
The Morty.
And Morty likes to eat sometimes. Especially in the Farm 18 middle building. Boy, that thing would clean up in there, man.
Yeah, I mean, oh, geez. I just want to see everything. Send me anything. but please keep it PG. No, well, okay. Let's say this: TVMA without the nudity. Language is fine.
Something that we can show. Just be realistic, guys. That's all.
Yeah, don't be
send
sending us like
wild. We're not here to try to do the most ridiculous thing. You know,
we do not want to see your feet.
That's also true.
Yeah, Bance is on Roker, so everything has to be scrapped.
Yeah, do that.
But yeah, no, I'm just excited for the next year. I want to see everything pop off. I want to see people having fun with their friends. And hell, I'm going to be streaming. I sure shit will be. I know Drew's going to be streaming.
Where are you streaming at? Have you decided if you're going to go somewhere? Are you going to stay on Twitch? You're going to go to YouTube, maybe Facebook?
No, I'm probably going to stay on Twitch because, for one, I already have a little bit of a following there.
Fair enough.
And if I don't want to be one of those guys that, not saying you are, that
sure
jumps
does feel
around.
Like it.
I want to be able to just open up my OBS and press a button.
Sure.
Right. I don't want to be like, oh, I gotta sign into YouTube now. I gotta crop it for TikTok. I'm a man of simplistic taste. Hit a button, go live.
There's nothing wrong with that. I have
not
no
at all.
with
And
that.
I've been catching your streams on TikTok. People pop off on TikTok, and I love it. Thank you guys. This has been episode 8. Have a great night, guys.
Peace.